It's best to get up before dawn, as such habits contribute to health, wealth and wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Love consists of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. In all things in nature there is something extraordinary. During the darkest times, we must focus on seeing the light. Not enough to win the war, it is more important to organize peace. It is possible to fail in many ways, while it is possible to succeed in only one way. The sign of an educated mind is being able to digest a thought without accepting it. He who has never learned to obey cannot be a good commander. He who will be a good ruler must first be ruled. Hope is a dream that awakens. Happiness is the expression of the soul in measured action. Happiness is placing the soul at the very right point. Friends holding mirrors, through the mirror they can see each other in ways that they themselves could not, and it is this reflection that helps them improve themselves as persons. The good habits formed in youth make all the difference. Happiness depends on ourselves. Happiness lies in activity. Fear is the pain that comes from the anticipation of evil. Friendship is basically a partnership. Change in everything is sweet. Pleasure at work puts perfection in work. Excellence is no accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent action. It represents a wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not accident, determines your destiny. It is easy to do good deeds, but not easy to get into the habit of doing them. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in trouble. Equality is reflected in the same treatment of unequal people. Even when laws have been written, they do not have to remain unchanging. Every bastard is not a thief, but every thief is a bastard. Everyone can judge well the things he knows. Excellence is an art that is won by training and habituation. We don't act rightly because we have virtue or excellence, but we have because we acted right. We are what we repeatedly do. All human beings basically want knowledge. Anyone can get angry, that's easy, but getting angry with the right person and at the right level and at the right time and for the right purpose, and in the right way, is not in everyone's possession and is not easy. At best, man is the noblest of all animals. Apart from law and justice, humanity will be the worst. Courage is the primary human quality because it guarantees other qualities. Democracy is when the poor, and not those who own property, rule. Dignity is not earned by having honor, but worthiness in earning it. Character can almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. Making friends with everyone is like not being friends with anyone. The educated person is as different from the uneducated as life from the dead. The possibility of the impossibility is always preferable to the unconvincing possibility. The Constitution is the arrangement of judges in a country. So excellence is not an act but a habit. To write well, express yourself like an ordinary person, but think like a wise person. Or, think like a wise person, but speak like the average person. A happy life is a life in accordance with the values of virtue. It is a life that involves effort and is not spent on fun alone. The ideal human being endures life's misfortunes with dignity and grace, seeing the best of all situations. Educating the mind without educating the heart is not education at all. The proof that you know something is that you can teach it. All human action has one or more of these 7 causes: opportunities, qualities, compulsions, habits, reasons, desires. The purpose of art is not to represent outward appearances, but of intrinsic value significance. Wanting to be friends can be done quickly, but friendship is a fruit that ripens slowly. Through discipline comes freedom. Loving someone means identifying with them. To become aware that we understand or think means to be aware of our own existence. We must not be cowardly or reckless but brave. We fight so that we can live in peace. The wicked are subject to fear, a good person of love. Anyone who delights in solitude is either a beast or a god. The secret of humor is surprise. Those who know, do. Those who understand, teach. A society that has lost its grip on the past is in danger, because it will produce people who know nothing but the present, and who are unaware that life has been, and could be, different from the usual. The highest value of life depends on consciousness and the power of contemplation rather than on mere survival. The worst form of inequality is trying to make things that are not equal. There is no great genius without a touch of madness. This is the reason why mothers are closer to their children than fathers, because mothers suffer more when they give birth to their children and are more confident that they are their own. We cannot study without pain. To the question, what is a friend? The answer is that one's soul resides in 2 bodies. The goal of the wise is not to have pleasure, but to avoid pain. The antidote for 50 enemies is 1 friend. The initial deviation from the truth could potentially be multiplied 1,000-fold. The only sign of mastering thorough knowledge is the ability to teach. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control and outnumber the other classes. The beauty of the soul shines when a person endures trial after trial, not because he does not feel it, but because he is a person of high and heroic character. The difference between an educated person and a fool is the same as the difference between a living person and a corpse. We live in deeds, not years, in mind, not breath, in feelings, not in numbers. We have to count time by heart rate. He who is most alive thinks most, feels most glorious, acts best. The biggest thing, so far as being a master of metaphors, it is one thing that cannot be learned from others, And it is also a sign of genius, for a good metaphor implies an intuitive perception of the similarity of the different. All humans, in essence, want to know. Thought energy is the essence of life.